Ladies and gentlemen, Katie Kim here. Welcome to the Daily Update. Hope you guys had a good day trading today. Market is down about 0.8% on the S&P. It looks like NASDAQ is holding up better than other indices and sectors today. Negative 0.4%. Semiconductor did get hit. 2.5% there. Small caps did get hit harder today, down 4%. Dow holding up there. We got banks and the energies down about 1.5%. Transports down about 2%. Biotech got hit also, down 4%. Emerging market is down 2%. Bitcoin continues to get hammered here, down 6% back to back. I think we're down 6% yesterday. Gold and silver continues to struggle here. We got dollar and treasury bond and VIX. These guys are up today, obviously, while the equities are down. So let's stick with the S&P. Spider 65-minute chart and try to make a sense of what happened today. So we talked about that short-term moving average that the buyers were able to reclaim yesterday. So what happened was today, this morning, we initially saw a gap down and we held that short-term moving average, first hour, second hour, third hour, fourth hour. And there's a little bit of short-term, micro-term, a battle going on between bulls and bears. And you can see once that short-term, as soon as that was lost, what happened was that it looks like short-term bulls are getting stopped out here. And all of a sudden, bears took advantage of the momentum, brought it down. So with today's move, buyers were not able to hold on to that short-term moving average and get the momentum going. And because of that, you can see, I would have to say in the short term, the sentiment is back to neutral. I don't want to quite say bullish in the short term because we may be consolidating in this vicinity. So I'm gonna label this market short term neutral. Micro term bearish though, because we do have lower highs now in the micro term and lower lows. And so micro term bearish, short term neutral. What about midterm? Are we bullish or bearish or neutral in the midterm? Midterm, we want to give benefit of the doubt to the buyers in the midterm because we got that higher high and that's the low. And I think in the midterm, we're trying to figure out where that higher low is going to be, right? Is it going to be here? Is it going to be here? Is it going to be here, right? That's what we're trying to figure out. And so I think yesterday's move, I think buyers wanted to, there's some battle going on here. I think buyers wanted to see that move to the upside to continue to cultivate higher lows here. And with that, flush to the downside towards the end of the hour today, I think that micro-term momentum has been lost. And so next support we're going to be looking at is 387.96. And I given you that Fibonacci level here last week, and that's where we came down. We initially found support and came back down. We're back at this level here, 387, 385. So as far as overall price action is concerned, if the buyers want to make this into some kind of a consolidation basing out period, I think it would be better to hold minimum 385 here. I mean, it would be better if they can hold at 387 because if the bears bring it down to 390 or 385, we would have to label this as a lower low in the short to micro term, and that's going to make things more hectic for the buyers. Potentially that rising or that falling pivot might be that next support again, but we do have that gap area right at 385-ish, 385.50-ish, coinciding with my 50% retracement, and my midterm moving average is also residing in that vicinity. So I concur this is gonna be the level. I would say 385, 387 is gonna be rather stronger support, and I think buyers want to protect this gap right here. You see this big gap that's open? Buyers want to protect this gap if they want the midterm buying pressure to continue to the upside at some point. So I think buyers want to defend 385, at least for the midterm sentiment, right? It might come down and feel a little bit, but overall, I think 50-70% of this gap needs to be kept open. In the micro term, short term, obviously 387 is the next support. Let's check out that oscillator here real quick. So we did see that cross on that oscillator today with that last several hours of bearishness there. With that, we also cultivating lower highs now on the oscillator. So definitely we got some bearishness kind of coming back, some of that selling pressure. And so I think overall going into tomorrow, there will be, the stance will be, again, looking at things short to micro term, neutral to, looking at this oscillator, neutral to bearish. There's some bearish sentiment going on here and not able to bring this oscillator all the way up. That tells us that there's a little bit more weakness going on here. And right now we can't figure out if this market is going to be, again, consolidating mode, or is it going to be more downside ahead. But again, I've done this with you guys for, I don't know, since March lows. I want to give benefit of the doubt to the buyers. And let me go to kind of a bigger picture here so you guys can understand. So again, this is the bigger picture here, right? We got that. We talked about that pivot, and what happens is in the market moves in fractals, right? So within that midterm uptrend, you will see shenanigans, you will see up and down movements and things like that. That's what we call short-term fluctuation. As long as the market is cultivating that higher highs in the midterm, we want to give benefit of the doubt in the midterm, while currently in the short term, we're looking at a little bit of pressure, a little bit of a lethargic move on the S&P. And that's kind of this market has been kind of like this since the November or so, as I like to call it, the great rotation has been occurring. So I think after a great move that we've seen last year or so since the March lows, it's been like 1 year exactly. I think it's an anniversary maybe sometime this week since that COVID lows. We had such a great move on the indices and stocks. It would make sense maybe market is ready to kind of consolidate a little bit, maybe a little bit of choppy move sideways or something like this. So let's see how the market plays out. I'll come back for you. Enjoy your evening and good luck trading tomorrow.